Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Prophecy of Pendor. Now, when we left off, we had defended against some Ravenstern vassals and thinned them out ever more. Obviously, we are attempting to take as many of their fiefs as we can. As we see here, I've actually been doing a couple of battles in the area around Senderfall, and, well, I decided, you know what, we're actually going to take a look at the gangsters of the Ravenstern, because apparently we have a rather amusing response, or an amusing retort in response to their sentence that they are now going to say, which is a very medieval-sounding sentence, and our reply to it is very amusing, suffice it to say, and very historically accurate as well, of course. So, as we can apparently not see here, I'm actually unsure. What? No, wait a minute. No, okay, apparently there is something. There we go. Fantastic. So they do have different things that they say, which is rather amusing, but, "Ho there, wanderer, stay thy course and indulge an old man." And of course we do have, "Of course, I will stay a while and listen." And then we have, "Ain't nobody got time for that." And yeah, that's very historically accurate, isn't it? I'm sure many of you are incredibly happy to see such a historically accurate sentence. Oh yes, wonderful. But this is, of course, Pendor. It's a fictional place, so bear that in mind. Oh, yes. Ain't nobody got time for that, and we're going to be attacking them. Yes, let's do it. So, let's see what we can do here. Well, yes, we have no problems here whatsoever. Obviously, now as you can see, we do have a little bit of damage taken from the previous battles. We were against a very large band of Silver Mist Rangers, and as you know, those are exceedingly difficult to take out. They are very accurate, and of course they deal a lot of damage as well. So yes, not particularly happy about fighting them, but that's just one of the things that we had to deal with. Duke Adarian, yes. Duke Adarian had a huge amount of Silver Mist vassals. Vassals? No. Thankfully enough, he didn't have a lot of vassals, but he had a lot of units consisting of Silver Mist Rangers. So I can assume that the Silver Mist Knighthood Order is probably at Senderfall or somewhere along those lines, but oh wow, he just has refugees and town militiamen now, so this is going to be very easy to eliminate. Of course, if I would actually hit things properly, that would be nice as well. But yes, everyone is very, very easily dying here. I think we could actually just charge everyone in. I don't think we really need to worry about formations right now, do you? Especially because ain't nobody got time for that. So we're going to be attempting to take these guys out. Oh, that is still very amusing to me. And, oh, that's exactly what I get, isn't it? That's exactly what I get for making fun. Ah, of course. Of course. That's exactly what happens. Whenever I make fun, that's what happens, isn't it? Yes. I'm slapped down by a bounty hunter, or by other things. I'm actually unsure what I'm referring to here, but maybe some of you will realize. Who knows? But let's see. There we go. Yes, there's no casualties. We had no casualties whatsoever against those guys at all. Absolutely none. Yes, very, very nice indeed to see that we were victorious. Very victorious, yes. So let's take a look here. Are we going to be taking anyone? Well, we are definitely going to be taking these rogue Blackheart Knights. Wow, absolutely fantastic units. So let's just get rid of some of these bandits here. Take some of those knights. And, what else do we want to take here? Well, I guess we could take these Mist-Mounted... No, Vanscry Warriors. Okay, so some Vanscry Warriors might be an idea. So let's lose the Thief. Get the Warrior. And some Mist Mountain Warriors? I'm actually unsure what's better. Probably Heretic Worshippers are better than the other guys. So we'll just take that. And let's actually lose those guys and we'll take the Heretic Worshippers instead. We have 2 spaces. What do we want to go for? Well, I guess we could just go for the Rogue Blackheart Squires. Seems like a good idea. And, ooh, various loot. Oh, thank you very much. Okay, well, we do have a full inventory, as you can see. I've been looting a lot and obviously getting a little bit of food, obviously. And yes, there we go. Okay, so we have reduced our relation with Knights of the Raven Spear, but I'm not particularly... well, really worried about that, because all I wanted to do was eliminate any reinforcements around Senderfall, because of course we are now going to be attacking it and attempting to take yet another town. It would be fantastic to be able to do this and then potentially make Adonia, maybe Adiz, a vassal. Now, what I'm thinking is if we want to make our sergeants use bows, then maybe it would be an idea to ask Cadiz to train them after Sir Jocelyn comes back. So that's why I was thinking of Adonia, and she also gets Mist Mountain troops as far as I'm aware. So it would actually be really cool because she only has 2 in power draw, so it would be kind of pointless. Obviously, if we are going to have them use crossbows, then obviously there's that, and we can just have them use crossbows. But I feel as though maybe using some archery and power draw skill would be even better. So we could also take a look at Julia. Julia has 7 in power draw, so in theory, we could get Julia to train them if we wanted to just give Adiz the vassalage almost immediately. But right now, I'm a little bit skeptical about doing that because Adiz has better stats overall. So we'll see how it goes, but right now we are wanting to head into Senderfall. And of course, I was eliminated pretty hardcore in that particular battle, so yes, not a good idea, is it? No, not a good idea to actually head in immediately. Oh, Rain has been besieged once again. Yeah, I can't tell you how many times Rain was besieged, and I literally waited outside, and oh, there's some rather peculiar things going on here. The Kingdom of Sarlian are being, yes, rather irritating and declaring war against us. So that's actually, is that bad? I think that is pretty bad, actually. Yes, I was actually not wanting to declare war against anyone else, or have anyone declare war against us until we had dealt with the Ravenstern. I'm actually really hopeful that maybe the Ravenstern will make peace with us, or something along those lines. Might be a good idea, considering now Sarlian has declared war. So, I guess all we can do now is wait a little bit longer. I'd like to try and make sure that we have at least full HP. Rain might be taken, but it is a heavily contested area, and, well, that's just the way it's going to be, apparently. So, let's lead our soldiers in an assault here. It is a ladder town. Ooh, actually a rather nice layout, I have to admit. Maybe it's a nice layout? Well, we'll see. Now, let's get our units to stand closer a little bit. Let's get our infantry out the front there, cavalry out the front, and hopefully we will see a lot of amazing kills by our armored crossbowmen. Obviously, you can already see many of them just shooting their bolts all the way and penetrating all of these guys up here. Absolutely fantastic to see that. Whoa! And speaking of penetration, we have just had a headshot. Absolute insane damage right there. Oh my, okay. Well, I guess, what can I do? There's not much I can do, and there are a huge amount of rangers in the garrison here as well, so I guess I'm just going to have to either wait for our crossbowmen to do their thing, and then decide what we're going to do next, or what are we going to do? Well, that's the only thing we can, I suppose. Not much more. And I need to be very careful about where I look, because I really don't want to get shot again. That would be just, the worst thing to happen ever. So far, not bad. Let's move our units a little bit more over. I'd like to try and see if we can get a better angle with our armored crossbowmen. It seems as though, yes, there we go. That's a lot better. We're getting more of the units that still have full quivers or full whatever it is. I'm actually unsure. What do they use? Is it bolt quivers? No, surely not. I'm pretty sure it's bolt bundles or something along those lines, but yes, it's actually rather nice that they are now moving into a better position. Yes, look at that. That's absolutely going to be devastating. Oh, yes, there we are. Well, we are definitely gonna make trouble, that's for sure. And I think... Wait, no, this isn't tea time, is it? No, it's not tea time. Ah, no. We should always make sure that we are making trouble at tea time. Because isn't that... Yes, that's our faction name. So, we must adhere to the principles that the tea time troublemakers were founded upon, of course. And adhere to the tea time declaration of troublemaking, of course. Yes. And hopefully that will then end in us having a very, very good time. Obviously, Adonia has now just gotten taken out. A lot of our companions have gotten taken out. We are outnumbered, in actual fact. If you can believe that, we are outnumbered. And we have lost quite a few units, but nothing compared to them, because obviously our crossbowmen are just absolutely amazing and are able to deal so much damage. When are they running out of ammo? That's the thing. That's the thing I'm asking right now. Because if they run out of ammo... Ooh, okay, well, never mind. Apparently 55 damage totally had us at hello. technically. So, yes. Hello there. Oh, yes, you are looking absolutely amazing, aren't you? Ah, yes, Bertolt. Ah, yes. That is a slight grin if ever I saw one. That is a slight grin, is it not? He's like, yes, I like dying. I like dying in this. Apparently he does. So, yes, we are going to be retreating because, well, them charging in is just absolutely fruitless and cannot do anything. So, let's see what otherwise we can do here. It's going to be pretty irritating to try and take Senderfall because Rain is going to be taken, no doubt. Yep, there it goes. And, of course, Lethal Durin, for some reason, is utterly useless. I have no idea what he's doing, but... Oh, apparently Sila Uzas has now been defeated. Apparently he was summoned at some point, and he has now been defeated once again. But I have no idea what's actually going on with Lethal Durin. And I have no idea what's going on with the declarations of war, apparently. Aha! Okay, well, this is amusing. Yes, very, very amusing and great and fantastic, isn't it? Yes. So, let's see. Well, this isn't tea time. This is not tea time, but we're going to have to do it. Lead our soldiers in an assault once again. And we are almost recovered from our grievous wounds that we suffered in the previous battle. Well, technically the previous round of the siege. Oh my, yes. What we are going to be facing soon is a complete amalgamation of huge aggression towards us, and I have to say that I'm not looking forward to it whatsoever. I have to say, fighting our previous faction of the Empire is probably one of the worst things we could even ask for, because they are actually, in my opinion, one of the strongest, if not the strongest faction right now. So, yes. Also the fact that we are using primarily Empire units. And as a result, we're gonna now start having morale issues, which is even worse than I anticipated. So, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be super good, because in a matter of minutes, or maybe even in-game days, we will be facing things like, oh, Empire Armored Crossbowman deserted, because he needs dessert instead of an actual desert. Yes. Amazing wordplay from me, of course, yes. Absolutely fantastic. But, as you can see, we are absolutely destroying them right now. They've already lost 60 because all of their rangers have been eliminated, or as far as I'm aware, most of them have. So let's see, are we able to deal some damage to this guy? Yes, we eliminated him. Fantastic. So now, can we deal any more damage up here? Maybe a nice headshot? Maybe a nice headshot? Yep, there's a nice headshot, thank you very much. He actually survived it. Can you believe it? He actually survived a headshot. Okay. Well, I suppose this is Borderlands, isn't it? With the spongy enemies and everything. Yeah, it shouldn't be. It really shouldn't be like that, really. Hitting a guy in the head with a javelin and him just being like, oh, no, I'm alive. I'm okay. I'm perfectly fine. No problem at all. Yes, that is exactly the reason why you really can't take this too seriously. It is not as realistic as it otherwise could be, but obviously many of these units do have some incredibly good helmets. But a good helmet is still not going to save you from a huge javelin being thrown at your face. So yes, there is that to take into account. And, oh, wait a minute. We might actually have a good time here. If we're actually able to destroy some of their shields, maybe? And this is also rather amusing. A lone man on the ladder against a lot of men. And they're not deciding to come out and try and kill me? Yep. And you know why that is? You know why that is? Because the AI can't even jump. It can't jump. Yep. Can't jump on the ladder. And that's exactly the reason why these guys will fail. Because they are fools. They don't have a spacebar. Of course. They do not have a spacebar on their keyboard. In fact, they probably don't have any keyboard. They're probably using some sort of touchscreen control to attack. Or maybe voice commands. I don't know. That would actually be pretty cool, in actual fact. And they could probably jump, actually. They could probably jump with voice commands. I should take that back. That's actually not as bad as I made out it to be. But yes, whatever the case. Voice commands definitely would be able to jump. So what's up with the AI here? Yes, they should be able to jump to navigate minor obstacles. Surely that should be a basic requirement of AI in a game such as this? Well, I suppose it does make it relatively easy for us, because now we literally have nothing to worry about. We don't have any threat from any of their infantry, any of their cavalry, nothing like that. Obviously, we are still being shot many times over, and yes, of course, we will now be probably... Shall I take a fall? Shall I take a fall, or shall I just take the honor and renown hit? I'm actually unsure what I should do. Well, I guess I'll just get killed then, shall I? Yeah, it's probably a good idea. I think our units have run out of bolts by now. Maybe? Yep, most of them have run out of bolts. So I'm going to try and do as much damage as I can with this utterly realistic fighting. And then we will, of course, be taking a sliding trip down the ladder. Oh, yes. Let's see if I can actually make us slide all the way down. Oh, yep. Come on. Ah, almost. I almost made it all the way down. Well, he's having a nice jaunty jog. If you can imagine him on a 2D plane right now, him going like ah-da-da-da-da along in a spring day, and the birds chirping around him, and the rabbits coming out and saying, "Oh, here, have an Easter egg or something." I actually have no idea, but it's actually almost Easter. Do bear that in mind. So that was quite topical. Oh, fantastic. Bear Tilt is very topical, as you can tell. I mean, look at that face. How can you not trust that face? I mean, seriously. He is a very trustworthy soul, isn't he? So, let us recruit? Yes, let us recruit from the battle. And we will then be taking a look at actually what happens here. 2 hours to build. There are a couple of vassals in the area. I'm actually a little bit worried about this. Are they going to decide to attack us? That is also very realistic. They're deciding, oh, I'm going to attack him? No, I'm not going to attack him. I'm going to attack him? No, I'm not going to attack him. Okay, so apparently no. I know that they are probably quite scared of us, but bear in mind that we are locked in to that siege. Unlike the AI, we can't actually move while we are constructing siege equipment, which still grinds my gears about that at Avendor, because literally it was tagged as being under siege, but there were no enemy vassals in the vicinity at all, and they managed to take it. I mean, literally, it seems as though one person just came back and decided, oh, you know what? Because we just literally taken, I don't know, 30 hours to build a siege tower, now we're just going to complete it. Because even though you had ample time to destroy the siege tower, we're just going to ignore that completely. Yes, exactly. That's another one of those very realistic things that we have to take into account, of course. But, well, it is a game, and games have limitations, of course. It cannot be completely realistic in every sense of the word. And so, let us see now. Let us see what we can do with our archers. It is nighttime, which I actually really like fighting in. Even though I say that I don't like fighting at night, it's primarily because usually the environments are very dark and you can't actually see anything. But considering we're in the snowy lands, this is not a big factor, so it should be perfectly fine. Now, I don't know whether you saw, but there's a bunch of fellows that really want to kill us outside the boundary of Senderfall's territory, I suppose you could say, and they really want to kill us. They want our head on a pike, and they are coming very, very quickly, and no doubt they are going to want us dead very, very hard and very, very fast. So we are going to be, well, hard-pressed to escape, because it's going to be... there's very tight areas around here. I mean, you know. Escaping from Senderfall is very difficult. There are tight spaces everywhere, and to be able to squeeze through those while being chased by a bunch of men, it is pretty difficult. So we're going to try and make sure that we have a getaway vehicle of some sort, and that is, of course, by making a tunnel. And maybe, well, we'll just hope that maybe Lord Roland will turn up. Of course, I must mention that Lord Roland was defeated about, I don't even know, 5 minutes before I started recording, so I'm not entirely sure whether he has recuperated all of his forces, but if he hasn't, then, well, this is going to send us to some sort of terrible plane of existence, no doubt. But we're going to find out. We are going to find out. Now, of course, I do have my throwing weapons. I'd like these guys to be killed. So, Empire Armored Crossbowmen, can you hear me real quick? Voice command, shoot those guys on the right. Does that work? Does that... No? No? It's not working? Oh. I know some games actually do work with your voice, which is actually fantastic. I know you can get third-party programs, but I doubt this is one of them. But point is, there are some games that have it inbuilt, which is actually pretty amusing and pretty cool. And yeah, I think it would actually be rather nice to issue orders with your voice. That would be pretty nice, but yes, whatever the case. Let's see if we're actually able to get our crossbowmen to shoot at that guy over there. Or maybe we could just get out our throwing weapons and do it ourselves. And yes, we did. Wow, we are being exceptionally lucky with our throwing weapons these days. Gotta say, I'm actually really surprised. Come on, take this guy out. Yes, there's a headshot. Fantastic. A lot of arrows in my shield right now. Not particularly happy about that, I gotta say. There's another headshot, thank you very much. And another one. And another one. What's happening here? What is happening? There's some sort of Twilight Zone effect in effect. Yes. Yes, exactly. Redundant words. Isn't that the case? Yes, wonderful. So, okay, I think we might actually be able to take this with brute force. We might actually just be able to charge on in here and hope that our Empire Armored Crossbowmen are enough to deal as much damage as we require to capture this amazing thief. Yes, we are taking a little bit of damage, of course. Come on, take him out. Oh, no, we're taking a little bit of damage. Someone is hitting me from behind the battlements. Again, very realistic. Oh yes, the realism of this is amazing. So, come on now. Let's see what we can do. We are doing fine, in actual fact. Not bad at all, if I do say so myself. We are dealing enough damage, I'd say, to make it worth it for us to be up here. I'm just a little bit worried about them getting any respawns of archers, because their archers are going to definitely penetrate us full of arrows, which is... oh no, that's going to be pretty painful, I gotta say. So let's see if we can actually prevent that from happening by eliminating as many infantry as possible. And then we'll see whether we can actually get our archers up here and maybe support us somewhat. We're taking a little bit of damage here, but it is worth it. It's all worth it to eliminate as many of these units as I can. I mean, look at how much damage we're able to do. It's just insane. And bear in mind that the Silver Mist Rangers actually have some incredibly good melee skills as well, because I was actually riding around on a horse. Well, yes, in a field battle, yes. Who would have thought it? I'm riding around on a horse in a field battle. Ah, yes, how obvious. But the point is, I rode up to this Silver Mist Ranger, who had his bow out at the time. He switched to his sword incredibly fast, went for a thrusting maneuver, and thrust his very large sword in our face, which I have to say was pretty uncomfortable. But yeah, we ended up on the ground, and well, Beartilt was never the same, really. He was scarred for life from that, because literally he thought he had the kill, he thought he had the situation under control, but no, it was actually far from it. So let's see if we can... ooh, that is a knight. That is a knight. I wish I had my throwing weapons right now. That would be really nice. He has no shield, so it would be theoretically really good to do that. There's an archer over there. He doesn't appear to be doing anything. Okay. Well, let's just see. What is actually going to happen here? Well, I guess we're going to charge in all of our units, and we're going to see what happens. If we're unable to do this, then we're going to just have to leave Cinderfall for a later time. Ooh, ouch. Yes, we're just going to have to leave Cinderfall for a later time. Oh, there he goes. Ah, I missed it. Ah, well, that's unfortunate. I absolutely love the ragdolls, I have to say. Oh, you know what he's doing? He's doing the Wizard of Oz. He's doing the Wizard of Oz pose. There's no place like home, isn't he? All he misses is some ruby slippers. He has a ruby sword, so maybe he could tap that somewhere. I'm not entirely sure where, but maybe he could tap that 3 times. And then he'll be transported back to Beartildian lands. Yes. That's his home city. But yes, whatever the case, let's see if our Empire Legionnaires and oh wow, we're actually exceedingly lucky right now. Apparently their reinforcements are not being supplied, so apparently the crossbowmen that we had were enough to deal significant damage. Yes, there we go. Not bad. And there it is. So I guess we're going to have to go through the other 2 stages of the siege, which I'm not particularly happy about, I have to say. Oh, never mind. Okay, apparently we don't have to do that. That is pretty amazing. Okay, so let's see. What are we going to get? So, Mismounted Warriors? Yes, I guess we will get those. And that's all we can get. We can get some prisoners, of course. Thank you very much for that. And everything else is kind of pointless, I'd say. No one else wants anything, so I guess we'll just take the loot to sell. And there we go, we took it. Yep, we took it. So Lethal Duran has no fiefs right now, but do I really want to give him yet another town? Because he is failing us so incredibly hard right now. I have no idea why. But I just know, I can hear him now. He's saying, "Damnation! They are attempting to take all of my fiefs all the time." And yeah, I'm not particularly happy about that, but I am actually going to give him Senderfall because he is a good guy, but he's just having some really bad luck right now. Similar to how I am usually. Yes, I just had to laugh about the absolute amazing coincidences that we sometimes have. But for now, I will be ending this episode of here, and so I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.